three kinds of home coffee. There's the Keurig, the drip coffee, and then if your significant other is really nice, they'll sometimes make you espresso. But Keurig's good if you're looking for like the down and dirty, just quick. And then sometimes on Fridays like today, we'll make a drip coffee. And my favorite blend is Pete's, Major Dickinson's, that's pretty good. And Starbucks is all right too, but I don't really like giving them my money. So if I had to pick, it'd be Pete's, pretty good. But we got a new package today, so we're gonna open up this and see what the UPS guy brought us. Got back pretty late last night from selling the Motarded, and this package was here waiting at the house. Of course, didn't get a chance to open it last night because I wanted to do it on camera with you guys. And today's December 10th, my dad's birthday. Happy birthday, Dad! And see what the UPS guy brought. So here is this is the bottom rebuild kit. So I found this, Western Power Sports had this. I got it from revzilla.com and found a full rebuild kit for a 17 CRF 450R. The bottom end. So we're gonna have a gasket kit in here. Looks like a water pump seal kit. These would be the main bearings. This looks like the tranny bearing set. The main engine seal kit. Counter shaft balancer kit. Brand new Vertex piston going in this. And I'll bet this last one is the actual crank. Yeah. So there's the crank going to the bottom end. I wouldn't say that the bike necessarily needs it. However, because it's not going to be on the dirt anymore and it's going to be for street application use only, I'm going to try to make this motor as best I can and depend on a reliable build. That's why we're doing everything stock as we can. One of the things I'm glad to be replacing is the timing chain. When I brought that bike home, the 2017, I couldn't believe how quiet that the engine ran. I mean, you could hear it thumping, but the internal noise from the motor was like nothing. And as it aged, so it has the motor has 82 hours on it, three race seasons. You can, when it idles now and you stand next to it, you can hear mechanical sounds coming from the motor. And not that it's bad, but I'm pretty sure it's coming from items like the timing chain and just things being generally looser in there. So I'm really glad to be rebuilding. The whole motor is being rebuilt and have a much better feeling about putting this thing on the road.
Till all my fingernails below my fingers, I'm holding on desperately. Everything I know revolves around you and the way you reflect in me. The cracks in the pavement, deeper than ancient ruins. The second you say that you want me to stay, I knew that you were the dream I had that night. I was a boy who was standing there, eyes wide open, I never.
So it's really good that bottom end rebuild kit came in because I don't have to wait for parts to progress on this build. And I think for today what we're gonna do is get all these parts that we had cleaned up yesterday. They're all dried out, so we're gonna get these bagged up. And I'm not gonna make a time lapse of that. I'll just show you what it looks like before, which is this, and I'll show you a picture of what it looks like afterwards. But pretty disappointed in myself. One of the things I do is in the sink here, I have this little trap and it catches all kinds of nasty stuff. But what it also does is after I was done cleaning yesterday, I found this in it. It's a small O-ring. I presume it came from the throttle body somewhere. I'm not totally sure because I noticed it in the drain trap right after I was done with the throttle body. And I looked through the service manual I have, and I can't identify on it where it may have come from. So what I'm gonna have to do is once I get back to a computer, I'm gonna use the OEM parts finder, typically on Rocky Mountain, and I'll look through the actual Honda drawings I'll take some measurements on this O-ring and look through the Honda drawings and find out where that mystery part came from. But pretty disappointed in myself about that because I try to maintain strict part accountability for everything I take apart. Because a project this big, it's easy to lose a part. So luckily, I had the drain trap though. For our mystery O-ring, I did some quick measurements on it, and OD 7.5, thickness 1.5, ID 3.5, all in millimeters. I'm pretty sure when we go to look this up on the Honda website, it's going to be an 8x2x4, but that's actually what I measured today with the calipers. So we'll get this figured out and find out where it came from. And until then, I'll retain it in this bag and hang it up somewhere where we can keep it in the front of our minds. Everything clean and bagged up. All the hardware is labeled and everything ready to go in here. Steering head cable management. So when it comes time to put this bike back together, at an elementary level, everything's labeled, every bolt ready to go on that. Bigger parts here, everything's cleaned up. Throttle body. So I'm not really happy with this, so we're gonna actually put the Alumibrite to this and try to get that a little bit more cleaned up. It came out of the ultrasonic looking a little green, and there's still some scuffing inside the clamping area. So I'm gonna try to clean those up today. I think what we're gonna get after the rest of the day is Alumibriting the swing arm, cleaning up that wiring harness, and the exhaust. See if we can get that all done today. And then hopefully be done with the fluid inside of here and be able to change that out and begin on the motor. That'll be next, probably next week when I'm off work again.
Till all my fingernails below my fingers, I'm holding on desperately. Everything I know revolves around you and the way you reflect in me. The cracks in the pavement, deeper than ancient ruins. The second you say that you want me to stay, I knew that you were the dream I had that night. I was a boy who was standing there, eyes wide open, I never felt anything like what you've given to me. I swear I've never felt anything like what you've given to me. I swear I've never felt. You were the dream I had that night. I was a boy who was standing there, eyes wide open, I never felt anything like what you've given to me. I swear I've never felt.
Did not get to film as much as I wanted to today, but I kind of made a last push to get everything done before the weekend started. So here's how we got everything set up now. Everything's clean, including the motor, the tank, subframe. All the parts are organized in the respective bins and ready to go. Here's all the electronic stuff, all those suspension bushings and bearings. We got the frame ready to go and welded. The lower rebuild kit. Some of the engine harness stuff. I'm gonna try to repurpose some of this if I can into the wiring harness I'm gonna make for the to make it DOT legal. Bring the ECU upstairs and let that dry out over a vent and my intake air temperature sensor. Here's the radiators and the swing arm, everything all clean, ready to go. So we got everything pretty much cleaned up and ready to go for whatever I want to get into next. Next time I get a chance to come down here and do some work. Could be the swing arm, getting those bearings back greased together and put in, or maybe start in on the motor. But it was a long day, so I'm cooked.